Moving mana vertically, I can do with sparks and tinkerers. Moving mana vertically, I cannot do with pumps. So there's a limitation that I've got with the pumps. Now, I did not want to have tinkerers didn't want them firing out of sync, and I didn't want long lines of redstone everywhere. I can't do filling up mana tablets and mana bands of mana and whatnot and using corporea yet, you know, to have a storage. I can't move mana that way because I don't have corporea yet. Thinking. This is our problem though. That's at the max range of that mana pool, which I can't move. That mana pool, it cannot be moved without having to redo this farm setup. If we redo the farm and move this pool, I could move it to the other side of the farm. Like, so it would be here, just on the other wing over on that side. And what I have right here on that side is a mana spreader, I believe. So just swap those two, and so the mana output would be going that direction first, and then it could come down. And that would give us a little bit of space, but I have no idea if that's enough. And my only thought right now is to do a mana spreader pointing at that pool. I don't even think the range is the same. Anyone have any thoughts? Interestingly, I wonder if I can have 4 of these. Since this is recessive, this is what is always on the end of this line. This one always has recessive here. I'm wondering if I can have these pump setups. If I can have 4 of them coming off of each side, and that dominant spark on that side would help pull mana from the outlayers to it. That definitely requires a bit more crafting, but we just want to do this one first. I wonder if we just move the pump thing here and work our way that way instead of trying to go from here this way. Remember, we were needing to do that. So if we dismantle that and put it here to start and then figure out from there. Again, this square will not be useful then for that purpose, except for, I guess it still would be, because that's still the recessive spark. So if we were to hopefully not lose everything. If we get it all, it looks like we got it all. Okay. And so it begins. The pump. Oh no, the pump goes this way. So the range of this one is now further that way. Still not within range of that one, but we'll figure it out. And that's where we need to use the mana pool with just the spark on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This area right here. We put it here, it would reach. And now we just have to figure this one out. I am beginning to want this to be in alignment. Be here. Right there. Okay. So far, so good. I know that it will go from here to there. Now we just have to get that to here. And I'm not sure how to do that. I'm just doing this just for counting purposes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, so we also know it's to there. That's the furthest it can go in that direction. So what I'm wondering is if there's any spot that only overlaps in one area. So all of those overlap. So like so this is all valid spark spots from that one. This is all valid spark spots from this one. Okay. What I'm trying to figure out is if I can put a pump system somewhere where the dominant spark is in this range and the recessive spark is in this range and they don't overlap. I'm not seeing where that could happen here. Yeah. I don't know. It's like the recessive could go here, but then the dominant would need to be here. There's nothing saying that our pump system has to be straight. I could bend it. So pool, pump, rail, all outside that spark range. Pump, pool. You see what I'm doing there? So this pool would be in range of this spark, but not in range of that one here because it's outside its range. Feels really janky. I don't like it, but I might have to do that. The other option is to see if there's an even nicer setup if we swap the pool and the spreader here. But then we have a problem where we've got all of these pools that well, they won't have sparks now that I come to think of it. They will not have sparks. And we are going to need to bring our mana line this way anyhow, because there's going to be more stuff that way. I'm going to need to be able to bring some mana up as well. So there's lots of challenges. Lots of challenges to this. I just didn't expect it to have to spend this long trying to figure out how to get mana into the battery. I just didn't. then we'd have a similar overlap on that side, wouldn't we? Yeah, because the pools aren't lined up. I don't think I can move it over either. Yeah, there's could be a actually might be able to. Because this would be dirt, water, dirt. Yeah, so this would be an open, this is an open spot, so we could move it over. But that requires also moving this. That's the reason that's there. Okay, never mind. I can't move that. This mana pool, the Ranencarpus mana pool range is, I think we're just maxing that out. So yeah. Let's see here. Am I going to be okay with that setup, or am I going to be annoyed with it? That's our, really, I think that's our only option because of where the farm is located. I would have to tear down the entire farm and relocate it in order to make perfectly straight lines everywhere, and I'm not building based on that. I might just have to fiddle with this off camera because it's really, I have a lot of ideas for, I was considering the picking up mana tablets and either with Corporea or Incorporeal, because Incorporeal changes the vanilla ender chest to be able to interact with it. Again, both of those are a long way away, so in the interim, I need to figure out, am I just going to manually move mana around where I need it via tablets and whatnot? It just seems really pain in the... Okay, let's put some of this in perspective. Most people who play Botania don't get as far as I'm planning. Second, they build their mana generation and their need for functional flowers in relatively close proximity. So, like, they have an endoflame generator really close to their ore generation or whatever. So they're not having to move mana the same way that I'm trying to visualize moving mana. Yeah. So if that's the range of this pool, it's not even on our walkway anywhere. It's like if this is the last one we could put somewhere, it's just outside our, it'd be like right here. We have one. It would be right there. For you, that's that isolated one. If we, and I know I'm in creative, I'm just trying to figure this out. If we did a way of just pushing mana from here to here, which would probably, it's lined up with that, isn't it? Yeah, that's fine right there. Should be right there. Yeah. The pool should go right there. And then how do we get it from there to there? Yeah, I'm trying to go big because I have space. You're right. You're right. That was my old stepping down into the farm area thing that I don't need there anymore. Actually, this whole thing I don't need. I don't use it. Alright. Does this even reach? No. I would be losing mana if I did this. Alright. I'm just thinking that this is such a poor producer, and even when I get it all stacked up, all 5 or 6 layers or however many, which I highly doubt we'll ever get to, but it could get that high, it's not going to produce enough mana where like the max tier mana spreader couldn't keep up, even if we needed more than 1. But we need to be able to reach that. So we'd need to do a bit of chaining together. So here's a thought. Keep picking up too many of these. Mana pools I care less about because it's just living rock. If we knew that this mana pool wasn't going to have a spark on it, it was going to have a spreader instead. Threw it away even though I needed to calculate. And that spreader, we're trying to get to there. Okay, so if we did a pool, I need to know how far do these guys reach? Let's point you downward and I can see. Alright, so if we put you under here, we could reach to there. I will throw away the supplies needed. It's really cheap in Garden of Glass. It's just petal and living wood, so I'm not worried about doing that particular thing in creative. It's just a couple of cheap resources. So if we did that and we got it to there, and then we had another pool, another spreader here, that would get us in range. If it reaches. And we can always augment it with lenses. That successfully reaches. Okay. Hey! And that will go into our mana battery. Okay. I'm okay with that. I didn't necessarily want mana spreaders, but for now I'm okay with that. What I may do... What I may do is set up the pump thing, this thing, but have it just but have the spreader point into a pool. So okay, it would be, this pool would be what I'm pointing the mana spreader at, and then this pool would have a spark wherever this max range is. So that would be, I think, the way to go, but I'm going to actually get in survival and make those resources because they're a bit more costly than living rock and living wood. So if we did that, we would be putting it dirt. That would be where the pool before the pump would go. And then the mana pool on rails. Oh, this is something we should test while we're here. Let's test it. Can we use a mana spreader into a mana pool on rails, or does it have to be a pump? So we're just going to chuck it here for now. And we're going to try and point this guy. Nope, it won't recognize it. Okay, good to know. Okay. Things are so different, huh? 4 ounce, you haven't even seen the half of it. But we successfully have mana in our battery, coming into our battery now, so that's what we wanted. Did I make sure to count this correctly? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I did not. It needs to be 12. Well, let's move you. Let's pick you. There. And so then we'll need to make a dominant spark for here. And then we'll be able to send it. The circle reminds me of your overworld build. I did a lot of circles. I like curvy shapes. So yeah. Yep, makes sense. Trying to figure out how to set up our mana transference from our generators into the battery. And since I built the generator first before I figured out the lines, we've got this issue that I've been trying to figure out how to resolve in a way that I'm okay with. And for now, this is okay. I'm not quite sure I wanted 2 mana spreaders into before this, but I know that this distance from here to here is just too far. If I bump it up with the lens, I don't know. I would have to see. Yeah, so that's kind of, yeah, we didn't get as much progress done as I expected to do by now, because this has been a challenge, and I may still change it again. I'm still thinking, but anyway, I mean, that's, yeah. I will get rid of this in creative. Since I built it in creative, I'll get rid of the dirt to figure out. Are you gonna start over the 4 ounce? He updated the pack for me to fix a couple of the things that were broken. Ooh, let's fix that. Yeah, so that might be it for me today, guys. Yeah. I didn't have a whole lot planned. I mean, it's the after Christmas stream. I'll stream again tomorrow, and it'll very likely be a decent length stream. It's just today I'm not so sure how much further I haven't planned what I'm going to do next. I need to relocate a lot of these things over to the main area so that this is, we're not running back and forth. And yeah, just doing some planning. I would like, now that we have mana moving into the battery, I will need to figure out how to move mana out of the battery. And the first things we're going to probably do is relocate the Jaded Amaranthus and the Living Wood and Living Rock. And both of those are on this wing. So they're going to go, depending on if this is going to be flat, because I could put the petal hall right here. I could have 8 and 8 petal crafting stations here and there. I can't do it yet because oop, that's not what I wanted. This is what I want. Dreamwood craft tables. I suppose I can actually do it. I just need to use a lot of hoppers. Excuse me. I wanted to wait until I had Corporea because it's a lot faster for Corporea for a lot of things. So many things. In order to do Corporea, we need to kill the Gaia a few times, which means we need to make the arena and we need to make a beacon, which means we need to kill a wither, which means we need skulls. How many fragments do I have? 18. So we don't even have enough skulls to spawn in a wither, let alone kill a wither. And then we need to do the Gaia #1 a couple of times in order to get everything we need to make the end portal frame. A long way for progression there. None of that requires mana? Question mark? Okay, so I do need a bit of mana because I need to make some Terra Steel in order to spawn the Gaia. We have that to figure out. Let me jot that down. So we need to kill a wither. So then we need to make at least 2, probably 3 Gaia fights. And I have plans to help me with those because I'm terrible at fighting. So we need to make a botanical brewery and make some flasks of absorption and resistance. I want to make those chakrams. these guys. Oops. Recipe. So we need to get vines and more terrasteel. So we need a bunch of terrasteel. Yeah. And it'd be nice to have a terrasteel set. But that's a lot of work. We could do elementium before that. Because I think that's crafted the same way. Yeah, we can do elementium before that. Don't think I kept anything that's uber. That one gets to get deleted. Okay. So that's where we're going to be at, I guess. I mean, I need to make a list of things to work on, but we have a lot to get to before we can actually do all the really fun automation. So stick with me. I'll be back tomorrow morning for some more Floramancer. So I hope to see you back then. Take care, folks, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.